Welcome, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Today, we're joined with none other than the slammy mullet 80s banger grar master himself, Kevin from Electric Callboy. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. We're having some days off between the festival runs, and I'm at home right now. I can experience some quality time with my family, and I'm finding back to my old me, which means I'm playing video games again.
What you playing? What you grinding out these days?
So I'm getting back where I just played, and that means Fallout 4 2015.
Two-
No, I'm just kidding, man. Uh,
2015.
Yeah, it's like Fallout 4 is one of my favorite games.
Okay.
I'm just like because of the TV show that just started recently, and I'm getting back to that game. But actually, yeah, I have two kids at home,
Yeah.
and there have been some times where I was not able to play anything to even take care of myself.
Right,
But
right.
now I'm here. I'm here, being awake after 11 p.m.
I know. Thank
That's
you.
something.
I know, dude. I appreciate it so much. It's always funny because I have so many like homies and musicians I've had on the show over the years, and I always forget. I'm like, I'm just the ignorant American that's like, everyone's on my time zone, right? Like, if I ask someone from Japan to come wake up at 5 p.m. EST, like that's just 5 p.m. It's not 7 a.m. or anything there. No, no.
Come on, if you want to keep in touch with people, you have to be awake 24/7, man.
Yeah,
That's
20%.
part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how has it been? There's so much I want to get into, man. But yeah, it's been a minute since we've had you on the show. Like, how's dad life for you been treating you, dude?
I could tell you some of the toughest times of my life are behind me.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it was good having one kid, and then the other kid came, and I
Yeah.
thought it would be cool to have two sons, but that doesn't mean only double work and double it's basically
Mhm.
eating me up. But now we're getting a little bit, I don't know how we call it in English, but
Mhm.
it's a little bit less waves,
A
like
little less crazy,
kids
maybe.
sleep better. And I
Mm.
mean, it's a tough start. It has been a tough start, but here we are, and I can absolutely enjoy touring.
Right.
And yeah, that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah. Are your kids old enough yet to be able to like watch Electric Callboy stuff and like be like party? Because you guys are. That's the thing. The music you guys make is so fun that I can see like 60-year-olds dancing to it, 30-year-olds, and I'm sure there's like kids that are just like they'll have all those videos where the parents put like the camera and they're like, look, my kid's like bopping to like you got the moves and stuff.
Yeah,
Like, are your kids old enough
look,
now for that?
and you're pointing your finger directly into the wound because my kids, my elder son
Right.
especially, almost makes me not want to be a musician anymore because
Oh
he
wow.
wants to listen to our music all the time. I'm coming back home from studio and
Right.
there's Ratatata playing
Oh
or
my god.
Touch. Kevin, Daddy, can you play Touch? He means every time we touch.
Right.
But of course, I play everything he wants. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's like on a repeat all day long, and it's crazy because I'm usually
Mhm.
not listening to our music after the release too much.
Right.
It's you get a feeling of how the songs sound live when you perform them,
Mhm.
and you almost lose a feeling for how they sound on the CD, on the album.
Ah, I
So
got you.
but I'm getting reminded every day. So but what's cute, they are dancing, they are headbanging. I have a 1 year old and a 3.5 year old,
Wow.
and they're dancing around, and they even like try to mimic the English language, and it's pretty cute. I love that.
That's
I
so
mean,
neat.
it sounds a little bit negative, but it's in fact there are like I'm here in our big living room, and they're like jumping around all the time. I love that.
Have you guys ever thought about making like music, like doing a kids song cover, just for the sake of it, just to see what happens?
So it's like we like to be inspired by things,
Yeah.
like Pump It, for example. We saw that a lot of people use our songs for workouts and in the gym,
Hmm.
and I never say never. I mean, I see so many kids at the shows, and there have been times where only like the teenagers came to the shows, but now, as you said, we have so many different ages, like the 60-year-olds, like
Hmm.
They coming alone with friends, no matter what job they do, and even the kids. Of course, they have to wear those
Yeah, ear
ear
protection.
protection. Yeah, but they absolutely love it, and I I think that's a good thing because, like, of course, teach them young, and also it's an experience for the whole family, you know, like
Mm,
they can go with their families and then
mm,
have a great night out. So,
yeah.
and I think coming back to your question, that would be a reason. We
Mm.
have in Germany, and that's pretty funny. In Germany, we have a band called Heavy Zaurus,
Okay, I've never heard of them.
like dinosaur heavy
Oh,
saurus.
heavy source. Yes.
They're pretty much dressed in costumes
Right.
like dinosaurs, and they play instruments, and they have uh it's not covers, but it's put into German language, and they
Mm,
kind of sound like the hits that you already know from rock music, metal music, and
right.
they play shows for kids, and I absolutely love that. Uh, I have never been to one of the shows with my own kids, but I
Mm,
definitely want to go.
mm.
And that's, I think that could be an idea.
Could be.
Like
Well,
maybe, you
it's,
never know.
dude. I'm so because like it seems like the new generation, and hey, props to the parents too for like introducing a lot of the younger generation when they're growing up to just like music, whether it's sure jazz and pop music and all that, but also like a lot more metal music, and also for metal bands being open to explore more and combine a lot of those elements. And something I got to give you guys a huge credit for because you guys have always been like a fun band, right? And then
Thank
musically,
you.
sure, it was maybe more like serious, but you guys were always like fun
Mhm.
dudes, and you could see that in
Yeah,
any like interviews or like whatever video you see online, right?
yeah.
But when you guys start to transition to like the like 80s melding influences with these bangers, like everything felt more
Mhm.
dancey, it felt more like upbeat, even though arguably you guys are heavier than you've ever been in the past, right?
And
It's
that's
yeah.
funny that you say that because it's just like that. We're heavier than ever before. Because I only say that because when we started with Nico
Mm,
4 years ago, there
mm.
were so many people telling us like, "Oh, I like the older, heavy electric cowboy," and I was like, "We're pretty heavy at the moment." But yeah,
When you guys
sorry.
well, you guys blend the world so well, and something that I love about that too, because it's starting to make a lot of people realize that music is more the medium. Like metal is a medium of how you're going to listen to the music, but it's all about energy. And metal is of
Yeah.
course such an energetic genre and medium for people to listen to, but so is like dance and 80s stuff. So you guys were able to blend
Mhm.
that in such a way that it seems seamless, you going from like a hard style break all the way to like a slammy dun 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 breakdown. And you can
Yeah.
blend those worlds so well because the energy is so consistent, and it also makes it so a wider audience is down to check out your stuff. And that's not just, oh, here, listen to this deathcore band or just this, right? It's like,
Yeah.
listen to this modern metal band that has all these different elements that maybe their parents even heard when they were growing up in the 80s, and it's really cool to have that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that was just a side effect. I want to make that clear. It's not that we did it on purpose to
Right.
get more attention, you know. It was just we've been doing our thing all the years, and that was a nice side effect that there are more people that feel like they're having an access to metal music in general.
Hmm.
But we also had some tough times trying so because
Hmm.
I mean we grew up in a time with music where everybody needed their own genre, you know,
Yeah.
like bands invented genre after genre just to make sure they are different, you know.
Yeah.
And uh, whenever we try to adapt on some kind of music,
Hmm.
people complained, "Oh, you can't destroy our metal, you can't destroy our metalcore," you know.
Yeah.
It was almost as if they want to limit your creativity.
Hmm.
And I hated that. And I love how more and more the borders between the genres, as you
Yeah.
said, they
Blend.
blend into each other.
Mm.
And that gives musicians in general a freedom to do whatever they want, you
Yeah.
know? Like even if you play a fucking Schlager song on a show, they don't
I
really care anymore.
that
And
I
I
still got to
love
give you
that.
guys credit for pulling that one off. And that's probably still your heaviest track mixed in because the ending of that is like the most
Yeah,
ignorant, like
yeah, yeah.
slammy thing ever.
And absolutely, I heard some stories about people playing the songs on the 60th or 70th birthdays of the grandmas. Uh,
No.
thinking it's a perfect dance song, and then yeah, the end went off, as you know,
The
but
end
it's
went
like,
off.
yeah,
What happened? Yeah, we need to. There's multiple things.
yeah,
Maybe
it
too
was
surprising.
yeah, it was the 70th birthday of Auntie, and it has been some good 70 years, but that was it at that time.
It was a good 70. And there you go.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
happy birthday, Auntie. Like we're just, I mean, going with Electric Callboy, if that's how you go, bro, that's metal as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. You never know. I always dress in a proper way. You never know when it's time to go.
You never
Listen to
know.
good music,
Yeah.
dress well. So
Dude, that's so awesome. I'm glad you guys are able to expand to that over all the years because you guys are such fun dudes. And like I said, yeah, like the younger generation growing up with stuff now. I mean, I went to a Knock Loose show, and that's like intense,
holy shit.
dude. Have you been to a Knock Loose show? They're like one of the. It's wild seeing them fucking
Yeah,
live.
they are all over the place, and I know about these guys for years. Of course,
Mm.
love their music. They always stood out a little bit from all the other hardcore bands
Yeah,
because of the high pitched vocals. I always loved that.
yeah,
But they were never as popular as they are right now. And
yeah,
I think, and that you can argue
yeah.
with, I think it all started when they played fucking Coachella,
Coachella,
like
dude.
when all those influencer girls thought it would be cool to have a selfie on a Knock Loose show, like, yeah,
Yeah.
look at me. So like, but
Mm.
this is, I mean, you can complain,
Right.
but somehow this whole thing helped them to be where they are right now. Of course, they make brilliant music. It
Yeah.
has to be brilliant music,
Mm.
but there are some things in I don't want to call it marketing, but I want to call it like some places and in time that you
Yeah.
yeah when everything falls together,
Right
falls
place, right
into
time.
place.
Yeah, where it's like
Exactly.
heaviness is coming.
And
Also, heaviness has been popular than like ever, and I love that. And then
yeah,
people just want like aggressive music. Also, I think bands are better at making it, to be honest, than they've ever been
yeah.
because I love I love metal, but the 2010s, sometimes, man, a
Hmm.
lot of
Yeah.
interesting genre blend. It was a little scary. I feel like for a lot of bands
Yeah.
that were like, I want to be heavy, but then I want to get radio plays, and them not knowing how to
Exactly.
combine those worlds. And then there's bands like Knock Loose that are just always pissed heavy and the best at exactly what they do. And yeah, I was like watching their show and amazed by what I saw, but I was also seeing so many kids on like their parents' shoulders with like, again, the earmuffs. And like these kids are going like this and they're like 3 years old. And I'm like, that's so
And
fucking cool, dude.
yeah, exactly. And you don't have to be one of those like close listeners, close fans,
Yeah.
like really into the music. What if you just want to experience a good time? You've
Yeah.
seen it on Instagram. So what? You want to see that in real life? You go to a show. It just
Mm.
supports the band,
Yeah.
and the
And
music,
you
and
got you
makes
guys
it
put on a
like
show, dude. And I gotta thank you guys last time because last time you were in Toronto, you guys invited me to come and embarrass myself with y'all, which was so fun. It was like did we do you got the moves? I think it was you got the moves that you guys invited me for. Or was it no, it was Hypa Hypa. It was
uh
Hypa Hypa, my bad.
It was hyper
It was
hyper. It
Hypa
was
Hypa,
hyper
yeah.
hyper, and I was just I only have to think about all the raccoons being all over the place. Like I
There
had like a
was
little
so
shock.
many raccoons, dude.
I didn't know that Toronto is full of raccoons everywhere. Like
Dude, yeah, because we went in the
yeah,
back alley and like right there's also the next building and it's downtown Toronto, so every building is right beside each other and the garage,
yeah.
the garbage is all there, and so there's all the garbage bins. It was so funny because you guys were you're doing your set and like coming in and out, and I was sitting out there and I was just like, holy shit, there was like 10 raccoons when you guys came out, and you were like, what
But
is
yeah,
this?
but what was it surprising for you as well, or like is it
10,
like
10 was
do you see
surprising.
them?
But in
Okay,
Toronto,
okay.
I'm not in Toronto anymore. I moved to Orlando. So if you guys ever come to
Yeah.
Florida, come by and we'll go to Disney and hang out.
Yeah, we just last week we talked about new shows in the United States. So
Ooh, maybe we'll
yeah,
see.
we're planning, and it's always like being in America means being away from home for a long time. So we
Right.
try to adjust, like to make it good for everybody.
Yeah.
And but Florida was good last time.
Florida was good. Yo, we'll go to
Yeah.
Disney. I'll take you guys to Disney. We'll be
I've seen it. Like A friend of mine, Zelly from Paleface,
Nice.
he posted on Instagram, and he's like, they are doing all the roller coaster and theme parks, and I'm just like envying him because he's like, they're touring the United States and they play one show and go to another theme park.
That's
So
awesome,
I want to at least go to Disney World in Orlando or whatever,
bro.
like some
That's
roller coaster.
it's a dude. It's that will be a vibe, man. But dude, yeah, there's so much that have happened since last time we talked. Like you're obviously techno came out since then, and like it's been almost 2 years since you guys.
Yeah, it's crazy how time was running in
Yeah,
those 2 years,
'cause-
and yeah, it's a long time, and it doesn't feel. I mean, when I think of the beginnings,
mm,
it's a long time. But
right.
when there have been so many different shows, so many different countries that we toured, but we officially said, yeah, that the cycle of techno is coming to an end right now.
Wow.
Uh, and yeah, that means a lot of work
A,
as we experience.
a
Yeah.
lot of work.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love the specific wording. It's the perfect line of I don't want management to get mad at me later versus like
Yeah.
let's share some cool stuff. Which respect. What?
Thing is, yeah,
Yeah.
Nick's the thing is, I mean, it's cool to make music,
Yes.
like sometimes it just comes straight from your head and into the
Mm,
laptop, but sometimes you got to work for that
I
shit,
got. Yeah.
Sometimes it needs some time and it needs some really hard work.
Mm,
And yeah, right now we're absolutely free. I love that time of songwriting, that
mm,
phase of songwriting because there there are no particular songs,
mm.
or let me say it that way. When you start songwriting, you can write whatever you want because
Right.
there's no album.
Yeah.
At some point during songwriting, you have some
Mm,
fun songs, you have some serious songs, some hard songs, some softer songs, and then it requires some special songs that are still missing, and then you write on
right.
purpose. You just
You're
don't write
creating a
freely
theme
anymore.
over some time when you're like
Exactly. Yeah,
we got to fit stuff into
you
the
want
theme.
one
Hmm.
of that, one of this, like to have a very cool bunch of different songs. And
Mm,
yeah, but right now it's a lot of fun. We're in the studio and we're planning the music videos and what songs to release first. And like we have some instrumentals already.
mm.
It's cool, but also it's cool to tour,
It's
and
cool too.
that's the fun part actually because
Mhm.
that's when the all the work is behind you and you just like go
Mm.
on stage and enjoy what you created,
Yeah.
with the
Dude,
people.
speaking of tour, Tank's in the chat too. What's up, Tank? Yeah, he's
He's a I don't see the chat. Funny story, funny story.
okay.
I don't know. Yeah, some of you might not know it, but
Okay.
Tank is with us. Like it
Mm,
started with his tour managing job in the United States last
mhm,
year, and then we get along so well. He's one of us. He's just a brother,
mm.
and we talked about how we like can yeah make him come with us on the next tours.
Right.
And so it's he came to Japan. He came, of course, he was in the States again,
Mhm.
and now at this very moment he's like 5 minutes away from me. He's
Really?
here in Castro Brauxel. Yeah,
Oh
exactly. Yeah.
shit, dude! I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he rented out the flat and he's just chilling in his flat in Castro fucking Rauxel. That's so funny.
I didn't
When
know
you
that.
when you yeah, when you think about like 4 years ago, we got to know him and
Yeah,
now he's like fucking neighbor, and
he's your
yeah,
dude.
it's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
sick, dude. I mean, I remember seeing Tank just on the tour you guys did in America, and I mean, I've talked with
Mhm.
Tank before a minute, and then talking with him in person, like it's great because he's so fun and legit, but like he's so focused, and I respect. He was like, look, you guys can come do whatever, but I'm tour manager mode. Like I'm not gonna deal with random bullshit if you guys. And I love that. I'm like, oh my god, like thank you, like to your
He's
thing. He's the best, man.
Absolutely. He's so humble. And of course, he has to bring together two different things. On
Yeah,
the one side, he's the people from the internet, the person from the internet.
yeah,
He has his YouTube, and a lot of people know him. But when he's with us, and he's absolutely in the zone. He's there to do his job, and even if we say give some signatures or whatever,
right,
he's like, no, 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 I'm here working. He's very structured, and he's
yeah,
doing. and a lot of people like they see him as the YouTuber,
Mm.
but he's doing a great job. He's doing a really great
Oh.
job.
He said, "Ask
So
Kevin if
we're
I can come
very
over and play." There you go.
so he's like, yeah, he's like, come on, I play for you. Yeah, he's having a hard time with this game at the moment as well. I know.
Oh,
He's playing he's playing what was it called? Tank, help me out.
Tank, what are you playing, bro? What are you
I
grinding?
forgot the title.
It's been a
It's
minute.
the final.
Final Fantasy?
It's no. I played it myself.
Destiny. He's playing Destiny, he said.
Destiny, exactly. Final season, and he's having a hard time doing that. Yeah, but
Well, have you, dude?
yeah.
Like so much, like I said, has happened. I know. Obviously, we have to talk about the new track, collab track, right?
Mhm.
Which is wild because I remember when I got a hint of maybe something like this might happen. I wasn't even sure, right?
Mhm.
Because I was just like kind of here and there. I was like, we have Baby Metal and Electric Callboy coming together. The two like
Yeah.
just absolute winners of I think fun electronic slash dance mixtures and choreography when it comes to actually dancing
Yeah.
and music videos and metal like winning from Japan, winning from Germany, as well as I think both of you have a huge obviously audience in America. Like, how did that come about? What was the idea
Yeah.
there? How did ratatata? You sorry, we have to say it how
Yeah.
ratatata or is it
Uh,
ratatata?
don't Nick, don't ask me. I have no idea.
Okay.
We had a reaction to reaction video, and I was asking myself the same question. How can you properly say
Right.
the name? It's like you always want to say ratatata, but that doesn't mean you can say do it your own way. It's a very individual word. You can ratatata or ratatata when you're in an angry mood,
Ooh.
you know? Like
It switches it
just
up,
like there
dude.
are diff hey, I'm like some mixture. But yeah. But the thing Nick, the thing is I don't even know how it came to that collaboration. I only know
Mm.
that Baby Metal have been on our what is it called like on our radar
Yeah, radar.
for a
Yeah.
very long time for a very long time. And as we now know, we were on their radar too.
Hmm.
So when we played our Boston show, and we didn't know before that, we didn't know about that beforehand. When
Mm.
we played our Boston show last year,
Mm.
our manager came by and he told us like, "Yeah, Baby Metal are in town and they want to meet you."
Oh,
And we
wow.
were like, "Wow, Baby Metal!" From at that point,
Mm.
they were, and they are still the best. But at this point, they were those untouchable girls from Japan that everybody knows, you
Yeah,
know, like
they're
they have those
super huge in it's worldwide, but especially
absolutely.
Japan is like I
Yeah,
think they are
yeah,
actually the biggest metal band in Japan, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah,
They fill up the big places
yeah.
everywhere. And when they came, they have a reputation all over the world,
Mm.
and when they came to our backstage, it was like I didn't dare to come close, you know. I had so much respect for these girls and their whole crew.
Mm.
Uh, and now, like
Mm.
those, like almost a year later, we are just the best friends. They are so cool,
That's
and
sick.
how this came to that point, it's just amazing. I mean, we talked about a potential song in Boston, and then it was like they stayed for the whole show. They at first they just wanted to see a couple of songs and then leave, but
Right.
they like we played, we got the moves, the final song, and I looked up the balcony,
Mm.
and they were still partying, and I
Hell
was
yeah.
so happy about that. And yeah, that was when this all started. And even people saw them in Boston, and the rumors began on Reddit. And I loved that. I love rumors, you know, like
Oh.
I knew that people knew that Baby Metal were there.
Mm.
Yeah, and then we started working on the song, you know, and it was a back and forth because we wanted it to be a real collaboration, not
Mm.
one side writes a song and the other features or whatever.
Right.
Um, it went back and forth. We have like version 6 or version 7 maybe
Mm.
when we finish a song.
Yeah.
I think we ended up with version 22 or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what I love
That's crazy.
most about it? I mean, sometimes it was stressful because there were, I mean, we have a common ground, but
Yeah.
we also have our very special things in our
Yeah,
music,
you
you
want to be
know?
able to both
And
shine, but still make it so it's
yeah,
cohesive, and both fan bases
exactly.
can watch it and be like, "This is baby metal fans love the baby metal, and
Exactly.
Electric Callboy loves you," and then you together add to it, and make it a bigger thing instead of it being like you fighting for the vibe, like,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
tough.
just like that. We wanted it to be a coexistence
Yeah.
in both ways, like video wise, music wise,
Hmm.
and for example, and in the end, this whole collaboration show gave me so much and showed me so many things that I didn't know about. For example, there were some things that I like during the songwriting process. Me and the guys, some ideas we didn't like. It's like there were some things that we were
Right.
like, is that cool for the song? And
Right.
but as they stayed in the song and I listened to it and I gave them a little space to work on that song,
Mm.
it's almost my favorite part of the song right now. Like
Right.
for example, the foo foo. There's like foo foo. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. Now it's so cool to like do it with the people left and right. They called and they told that
Yeah.
it's a very popular phrase in Japanese karaoke bars and
Oh, okay.
live scene. It's not just the random word. It has not a I don't know if it has a meaning, but it's like everybody knows about that word.
Right. Gotcha.
You know about the word?
I don't know what the word exact. I'm not. I haven't been to Japan. I don't know.
The bird is the word. Don't you don't you know Family Guy? Don't you know Family Guy? Come on.
I know. Yeah, I know Family Guy. Yeah.
Don't you know about this? Come on, Nick. You're frustrating me right now.
You Oh man. Well, that's great. You guys actually coming together and wanting to go out and actually make it that cohesive thing. Because a lot of people, a lot of musicians are like, okay, big name, makes sense. Big names together and it make big
Oh,
thing. But I love that you guys really are like to the core. Let's make a song that sounds like baby metal, Electric Callboy, and that's one thing too. When I was like listening and watching it, I could be like, okay, instantly Electric Callboy, and then I was like, oh, the chorus, okay, that's very baby metal, but like you guys can blend it and it transitions well. Like it didn't
yeah,
seem like any side had to like give up something that makes it iconically
exactly.
that band. It really seems like you guys took a long time and blended those two worlds, because you're also trying to create something that doesn't exist. Like there's no other band that tried to do Electric Callboy plus baby metal. Like it's you
Yeah.
guys are the only ones that did that
And
together, right?
thank you, man. And I appreciate you as a person, but also as a musician. And if you say that, it means a lot to me, man. Uh, and I really like that it has exactly that vibe,
Mm.
like and at the beginning when we tried to play, we rehearsed it in Japan with the girls, and it felt natural, nobody had to
Mm.
jump on another person's song, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
it for both sides it felt like it's our song together, and
yeah,
it was so good to perform it for the first time together, not like, of course the girls won't be with us all the time.
yeah.
There will be a situation where we have to perform it without the girls,
I,
but
I
it
was gonna
was
ask
very
that.
cool to experience. Yeah.
Like, what? So if you guys have to
Yep.
play that live, like, who is Nico gonna throw down the the chorus?
I mean, any other language, I mean, English, for example,
Mm.
we would try to do the vocals, of course. We have
Yeah,
Fuckboy, we try to do it with Fuckboy, but
yeah.
the thing is, we don't wanna try out Japanese. We won't do that.
I think.
But
Ooh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. Yeah, no, no. I mean, we have the LED screens. We want to do something special. We are at the moment we're thinking about that. So we want to
Mm.
implement the girls in some cool way,
Mm. Right, because
And
yeah, Bring Me the Horizon, when they do Kingslayer, they have,
exactly,
and no one complains. No one's like,
exactly.
they're not here right now, so I'm not
Uh,
sold. Like no one says
and
that.
yeah, Nick, you know what? I had problems with that with Fuckboy, for example. We had like
Mm.
Kia from Cocker Divide on it,
Yeah.
and they're very high pitched vocals,
Right.
and we didn't want to die trying to do those vocals,
Mm.
so we decided to put her on the backing track and on the LED
That
screen,
makes sense. Yeah.
and when we decided to do so, I had so hard times because I was like, we just can't do that. That
Hmm.
is so poor and boring, and
Right.
everybody's gonna hate it. And I think it was Pascal who said like, no, 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 Bring Me the Horizon did it, you know? And that's an argument like, Bring Me the Horizon did it.
That's 2024 modern metal scene. Bring Me did it. What's the problem, guys?
Yeah, what's the problem? I mean, yeah, and you're right, and Bring Me the Horizon is right. People don't complain. I mean, you shouldn't stand still and wait till they sang their part.
Yeah, can you
course.
imagine? Like you hear Kingslayer start, and like there's people in the crowd being like, "Yo, when are they coming? Where is it? When are they going to show up on stage? This is ridiculous. I paid to see Kingslayer. They didn't take a plane down here just to perform the song every time with Bring Me. What is this? You know?
Oh my God, that would be so funny. Just being really, really a pain in the ass. Like, no, really, please stop. And the next song, no, next song. I want an answer to my question. Where's Baby Metal?
They're in the song. You're playing the song? They're supposed to be here, dude. That's amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, that would definitely make sense because there are some, like, I met some people on my way that have that attitude sometimes. Yeah, I bought a ticket to your show, so please give me your hoodie. What else do you wear? Okay, yeah. So some people are crazy at the shows.
Yeah.
Most behave, though.
Most behave. Well, dude, I love your shows because they're just fun, man. And I told you guys, I told Nico this, I told you guys this last time too. Like, it's always a party. It's not just a metal show. It's a party, and that's something that's so rare because as much as I love metal and a lot of bands, like they're very like serious. And that's the thing. You guys are serious because you're professional. You're extremely professional, but you have fun. And I love that.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. And you make everyone else have fun because they can, yeah, like we said, you can have a 60-year-old there. You can have someone brings their kid there and they're all just dancing at the beat and they're just having a good time. Yeah. It's not this pressure, which I feel like a lot of metal bands have to feel where they have to put on this particular type of show for their fans or no one's going to be happy. Right.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, it's always a thin line between talking too much and talking too little shit on stage, you know? It's right. Yeah, we of course we know what we're saying and we have some there's a what's it called, like a red line that like we follow a little bit. But most of it is a little bit whatever we feel like, and sometimes we talk too much and then the guys after the show, today it was a little bit too much. But I think most of the time the people appreciate that it's not only song after song after song. I mean, there are bands that do it like that and it's absolutely amazing, of course.
Right.
But it's not our way of having a show, you know? Like for us, it's a lot of communicating, making fun and talking about things. And I absolutely love that because it's, for me, it's, when it was the pandemic, it was a therapy for me to go back on stage, to get in touch with people talking on stage. It was like open dialogue between the songs.
For most people, talking to humans again was new. Yeah, they're
absolutely. And I had to learn a lot of things again. Like, can you remember the situations when you first time tried to do a handshake with a person after pandemic and you kind of forgot to do it? You like everybody had that situation, you know, like 4 years no handshake or whatever, and then you're like, come on, let's do it again. Like
they go for like the props and then you do this and you're like, man, that's awkward. That's a tough one. That
hurts.
And then you try to fix it and then they do the other one and you're just like, we never should have even said hi in the first place. Now it's just bad all around.
Oh my God, that's fucking, why is that so embarrassing? I mean, two friendly people trying to greet each other, but it's fucking embarrassing, man.
Like I guess, my God, I know we're talking about that. Like, there's been so much that's happened since then in techno and like Hypa. I guess Hypa being really, I guess for you guys, the start of the new era of Electric Callboy, not just new singer, but I feel like new vibe, like you guys also starting to blow up after all those years too. Like, is there anything you look back now that you've had some time to sit with Hypa, even techno, where you're like, you wish you guys could have done things differently or not? Because things, I'm assuming, go by so fast. When everything's going, you're usually like, oh my God, everyone loves all these songs, the band's blowing up, we're releasing an album? Or is it's always an interesting thing. Like, did it go perfectly the way you guys could have hoped, even though you probably could never have planned that no matter how hard you try to
Yeah.
make everything like that happen.
I mean, I'm I'm happy right now,
Yeah.
and things that I did led me to where I am and who I am right now.
Right.
And I would be too afraid to change anything and like
Mm.
in fear of not getting where I am right now.
Gotcha.
So of course there have been songs, and we're still not only one person deciding what we do with the songs.
Mm.
Of course, there have been situations where songs were created where I was like, oh, I don't like that one too much.
Mm.
And will you go back to the main chord in that chorus? I think that's not gonna,
Right.
I don't think the people will like it. But in the end, everything worked out. And
Yeah.
even I will never know if I would have changed one chord, like one key in one song,
Yeah.
if would it been more successful, would it led me to another point in life?
Mm.
I never know, and I'm pretty glad to never know, because
Yeah.
right here right now I'm happy. I can do what I love most. I'm on tour. I still have my family, two wonderful kids, so
Yeah.
don't want to complain and don't want to change anything right now.
That's amazing. No, I'm really happy
Yeah.
for you, and that's such a healthy, good mindset. And I feel like ever since getting to talk with you guys too, you guys are always just so wholesome and like happy, and it goes through your
Thank you.
guys' music so much because yeah, like during the like especially like lockdown times, like I love that you guys had that idea of like let's have fun because everyone's dealing, everyone, a lot of people deal
Yeah.
every day and deal with shit, but like especially during then it was really hard for a lot of people. And I love that you guys just make it so things are exciting and entertaining and fun, and you take it from that perspective of like, hey, you can't listen to an Electric Callboy song and not like smile. You could have the worst day
Yeah.
ever, and you could, I don't know, hate metal or anything, but you could, if you listen to like 30 seconds, you guys watch your guys videos, like it's impossible not to like give a little smirk,
Oh,
like
thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I love those stories. I mean, there are so many people that write me messages on Instagram, or that we have met along the way, that tell me exactly those stories. Um, there are some tough stories that I got told,
mm,
but also the just simple ones that you just said, like people wake up, shitty day in the office,
yeah,
and in your break you just have a look at a video or a new video blog
yeah,
or whatever. You just go through the photos from the last show of Electric Callboy.
yeah,
And I absolutely love that we create something in our hometown Castle Brauxel, and then all over the world people tell me stories like that.
yeah,
And and that's wholesome for me. So
yeah,
it's very cool to know what you created has such a great effect on people.
mm,
Uh, and I can tell you, like from the perspective as a musician, uh, play, for example, like having a good mood. I mean, I'm just a human. I have good moods, bad
yeah, of
moods. I
course,
have a bad day also. When it comes to shows, even if I have a bad day before a show, like I don't want to play that show tonight.
yeah,
Everybody felt that as a musician, but right when the intro, and so our music has the same effect on myself as well.
that's
So
good,
whenever the intro kicks off
yeah,
and I hear it and I see Pascal going on stage
yeah,
before me, and I see him like boom, and I'm like totally hyped. Everything is forgotten. I love to play that show.
mm,
Otherwise, like a little bit different it is when you're in the studio and you create the music.
yeah,
I can't create. I mean, as a musician, music is just an output, it's always connected to your feelings.
mm,
And I strongly believe if you are, I mean, you can, even if you're having a bad mood, you can write a happy song,
yeah,
but
it's hard,
it's hard and people will feel it. It won't be
yeah,
that successful, I think, because there has to be authenticity in it.
yeah,
And I always try to go with the vibe, like
with vibe.
with my mood.
Your mood.
So when
Do you
I'm in a
guys write?
bad mood,
Sorry,
yeah,
do you
sorry.
guys write on the road too, or is it usually just a studio environment?
Yeah, that's a funny that's the question that we're facing right now, because
Mm.
there have been times when there was more time to write songs. And
Ah,
I'm uh I have never been tested, but I'm afraid that I'm a little bit ADHD
oh,
type
gotcha.
of guy,
Yeah.
I'm getting distracted so fast and so easily. So to be creative and to be productive, I have to be in the zone. I have to, like
Right.
everything away, like
Yeah.
going straight in the studio, and also knowing that there's no pressure, not like, oh, we have to be productive because we only have those 2 days here in
Mm.
the studio, and then we're gonna go back on
Yeah, that's
tour.
tough.
Yeah, and that's the situation at the moment. So
Mm.
We're starting, for example, we're writing a new song at the moment that is very promising. We love it.
Hmm.
And it deals with a, yeah, it's something like a treasure hunt. We're searching for something in
Oh,
this song. And
okay.
it inspired us a lot.
Mm.
And that was basically the first time that we ever wrote parts of the song on tour. So
Mm.
we thought about lyrics, we thought about some parts, and just this week we went to the studio and tried those things we thought of, and yeah, went pretty well.
That's awesome.
So I think we're gonna implement a little bit less gaming, a little bit more songwriting into our daily routine on
Yeah.
tour.
Well, especially because you guys, I could tell you guys live for the live show too, right? And if you have that
Oh
energy,
yeah.
it's probably so much easier to translate that to writing because you guys are then in it when you're
Mm.
experiencing it right there, and you can
Yeah.
write for that experience that you guys are having on the road, which probably also can contribute. But I know writing on the road is always like it's tricky, it's
Oh,
tough, it's
yeah. Yeah.
you yeah.
A lot of things happening around you. You always think about, especially for me, I'm always thinking about, oh, I could do this and that and this.
Yeah.
And when you're not having, yeah, something to work on,
Mm.
especially, like when you have to create from scratch,
Yeah.
it's even harder. But yeah, it worked, and we're gonna try to do that more often.
Sure.
I'm
That would be
I'm
sick,
I'm
man.
I'm promising, yeah.
Dude, yeah, I love that. I mean, I have a couple more things. Number one, I guess back to Ratatatata.
Mhm.
That music video. So I saw the comment. You guys didn't
Uh-huh.
fly through 50 different walls, right? Because like that's something I expected. Like them just being like, look, Kevin, Nico, I'm sorry, guys, you just got to go through a few walls today. Like you're just gonna have to
Yeah.
like deal with it. Don't get hurt, because like it's you guys did it so well. Cause I didn't know that was like actually the first take till you guys commented that, and then I
Yeah.
saw your guys' reaction to the reaction. I was like, that's
Thank
like
you.
impressive because you if you mess that up, like it's hard to pull that off. You're going through a wall. I'm sure it's not something you do every day, to practice.
And I saw like the whole camera crew around us. They told us like we have a few walls, but actually we need all of them because we have those different walls. And
Right.
everybody was sweating. Like we had to plan it, and they were so strict because the walls were a little bit scratched with a knife, so that they would break
A little
at
easier.
the spot where they wanted to break.
Oh
So
man.
it was very sensitive, and you couldn't touch it. And when I came close, because I'm a little bit lively, like you never know where I touch, like where I
Yeah.
trip on things. And they were always like, Gimme, please, please. Yeah, but it was funny. It was very funny, and yeah, a lot of sweat on their
Right.
foreheads,
I
yeah,
could
waiting
imagine.
for us.
How'd you guys get the disco ball? Because I love that you start the video and you just instantly smile because you're like, yep, the
Oh,
costumes are on point.
yeah, we had so many. I mean, the disco ball heads. We thought about like we wanted to. We liked. We got the moves. The looks and we got the moves are still our favorite,
Right.
and we liked that cut. And
Uh-huh.
we thought about like we want to do something similar, but what if it was a disco ball? And then we searched the internet and we tried to put things together, and uh we had so many ideas with the disco balls, but it ended up like having like this shot where Nico came into the frame,
Yeah.
and yeah, we there was a first idea where we wanted to hang me and Nico and me on the ceiling to be real disco balls, or like, but they couldn't.
They couldn't pull
They
that off.
actually tried to flip the camera to make it look like we're hanging on the wall, like on the ceiling, but
Right.
it didn't look good.
Oh, you
It
guys did
was
try it. Like it was tested.
they faked it with
Oh,
by
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
by turning
I
the
could just
camera, but
imagine you
but
guys hanging with just the disc. That's so fucking
you
funny.
know what? You know what? I've seen so many videos. We have a lot of Schlager, very
Mm,
famous Schlager singers here in Germany,
right.
and they have live shows. The big one, they have live shows where they are like connected to some ropes and they are
Right.
flying through the air. Always wanted to do something like that, so I thought that would be our premiere. They fucked us over, man. They told us we could get it, but no,
Damn.
no.
Maybe next.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Maybe next time, dude. Well, I also
Yeah.
want to ask because obviously it's happening right now, and as soon as I listened to Ratatata, I was like, wow. Even like the title has that like Eurovision vibe. Like it has
Oh
that
yeah.
like big picture. And I know obviously there's a lot of whatever happens to get stuff sorted, and it's its own fun competition and all that. But like, is there ever a chance you guys think maybe in the future we would see Electric
No,
Callboy? No, Saki, you don't think so?
no. I mean, I'm not a person.
Right.
I don't like the word never, of course, but the thing is that was one of those funny ideas, you know. Nobody asked us. We just were like, yeah, let's try it. We saw that comment on YouTube and
Right.
we just went for it. And then there was so much talking of like
Mm.
the German committee was like very boring, you know.
Oh,
Like
dude,
they
it's
invited
that's
us and
so
then
crazy because you guys like
yeah, yeah.
I watched it this year too, and the amount of times I was like, wow, that sounds like Electric Callboy without the metal. Like all these other
Uh,
artists doing that because they have like those 80s influences, they have the looks, and I'm like, come on, man, like it's
Yeah,
so wild.
I got the feeling that you know, it's like politics, you know, you
Yeah.
have to bring people together. And those were just some people that lost the connection to the people, you know?
Yeah.
And they they in those pre-selections there were some very cool artists.
Yeah.
Don't wanna argue.
Gotcha.
They knew what they're doing,
Right.
brilliant voices, but little but
Little
it
but.
was just this yeah the same yeah, little but oh, like little but the sorry it was all the same all over again, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, like music wise you knew that kind of music, and
Yeah.
in a big contest like Eurovision Song Contest
Mhm.
you only have those 3 minutes
Mhm.
to impress the people, to make them,
Yeah.
and you have to dare something. Of course, there's always the danger of being hated by everybody
Mhm.
because everybody says, no, I hate that.
Yeah.
But it's like take the risk, and even sometimes it works out for
Sometimes,
you.
dude.
So,
Yeah, because
but
I was watching that this year too. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I wish I could because you guys have you're the only band in the modern metal sphere that actually has stylistically something that I can see there, and that's why it's like so
uh,
wild. And you guys have just the craziest. I mean, this year too, like I was
yeah,
laughing watching like fucking I don't know, I forgot the names of everyone, like Baby Lasagna, the meow, please meow back. I died. I couldn't stop
yeah.
laughing at like these stupid fucking lines like this that just are just so random but so funny, and everything has this
Yeah,
electro pop
yeah.
dancey element, and I'm like, damn, man, like if there is a band that will ever crush this, I don't know, a year, 2 years, 10 years from now, I
And
know it's the Electric
absolutely.
Callboys that will take it
I
home
think
for the metal scene. You know what I mean?
but I'm very, and that is one point. I'm so afraid of that
Mm.
of that pressure
Yeah, it's a lot.
when if we would take part, you know, like a lot of people say, oh yeah, with Electric Crawley we would have won, and when we take part and we
Yeah.
lose, it would break my heart, you
You would
know.
you'd win the
And
people though. That's the thing, because
I thank
you'd
you,
win the
thank you.
heart, I know there was last year. I think it was Finland or someone where they had that one song by the guy that also kind of had Electric Callboy vibes, you know, too.
Mm.
Like, and everyone,
Ah, I remember that. I
yeah,
remember that.
and he
Yeah,
did
the
it
guy with the yellow dress.
the
Yeah.
the puffy thing, yeah, the big puffy.
Yeah,
He was
exactly.
cha cha cha, yeah, and it's so
Yeah, yeah.
funny because even he didn't win, and everyone was pissed, including myself. But to the people, they were all singing that song, like they won in the people's
Exactly.
eyes, even if they didn't win. You
Yeah.
know, the judges, and I know that stuff gets all like it's all the weird industry politics and stuff that they put with it, so
Uh,
it's not fun, but like Yeah, maybe one day that would be such a crazy thing. And you guys, just so you know, I'm gonna be streaming that shit. If you guys are ever on there, like I'm gonna be right here. I'll wear the biggest like whatever you guys need, just every day, being like, let's go. You guys all have to vote for Electric Callboy because that's
Yeah, that's very good to know. But that's like when we got in touch with us with this whole contest,
hmm,
it showed us that this is not our thing. Like
gotcha.
it feels not natural, you know. Like of course, we try to make things simple, you know, but sometimes it's hard and ambitious to do things simple, you know.
Yeah,
It's like an equation in math, you know.
yeah,
Like you can have such a term
yeah,
to put it together needs some work. And um, when we got in touch with all those
yeah.
people,
It's
I don't
tricky. There's a
know.
lot of there's probably like
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of red tape and all this shit, and it's just like you guys just want to make a cool
It's
song and go, you know, like it's instead of deal with all the bullshit. What do you do?
exactly
Yeah,
when it comes. I don't want to like when it comes naturally,
yeah,
like as it was. Like yeah, we have that song. It fits. Time and place is perfect. Let's go.
right.
But not like, oh, you have that song, but you have to take out that hard part, and because we can play it on the radio, and now do this and
Yeah,
that, and
no.
come on, fuck it, you
Yeah,
know, like,
fuck it, dude.
yeah,
Fuck.
yeah,
Electric Callboy is Electric Callboy, and I love that you guys do what you
yeah,
do and
I
have fun.
rather play one more live show on my tour than,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
I
fair.
can do whatever I want.
Dude, respect, because not many musicians, not many bands would do that. And I have a lot of respect for you guys in so many ways for
Thank you,
just doing
but
your thing.
it doesn't mean Nick, it doesn't mean that we don't want to adapt, you know, if there
Yeah,
are some like don't like do this and that, I'm good. But
yeah,
if there's too much
too
like
much. Yeah,
coming onto you, and for example, we have some TV channels here in Germany,
mhm.
and we were very lucky to be on a couple TV shows on Pro 7 here on Germany, and
Cool.
they actually it's a big channel here, TV station here in Germany, and
Mhm.
they actually don't give a fuck either.
Oh, that's
So
good.
they are like, they invited us to, I think, two shows. We were allowed to play live.
Oh,
We
great.
we were allowed to scream, you know, like
Nice.
Saturday night. Um,
That's okay.
it felt amazing, you know. Of course, they told us like, don't jump on that box and don't do this,
Yeah,
but they gave us the freedom to be us,
to be
you
you
know.
guys, and that's so important.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are just so authentically yourself, and you have fun, and you bring again fun to all over the world, man. And my dude, again, thank you so much. I know it's late, so I'm just gonna ask you one more thing, two more things. Like, number
Yeah.
one, do you throw block? I have to ask every guest this now.
Sorry, what?
Do you throw block? Block?
Yeah.
Do you throw the block? Do you throw block? Kevin's like, what do I say right now? And what is this? Do you
A black.
block? A block, a
I'm
square
stupid.
block. Do you know
Yeah, yeah.
Minecraft? Do you throw block? Do you play Minecraft?
No, not at all. I'm feeling so stupid, Nick.
No, that's okay. It's just I have that. Your face. No, it's just
I'm like like we had a good talk, and now I feel even older than I am right now. I'm feeling like I'm holding my phone right this. You know those daddies that do this? Oh my God.
no. That's it's not
I
an don't
mean,
worry. It's not
I
my.
don't throw blocks.
That's
I don't throw blocks.
That's all good.
But I'm still cool, I hope.
You're cool, dude.
Um, uh,
You're cool as fuck, dude. You're cool as fuck. And the other thing, of course, being any things you want to share or can share that obviously
mhm,
don't get in trouble with no
mhm,
labels and management because you can't announce anything for
yeah.
people to look forward to watch out for that you want to share with the
Mhm,
people regarding Electric Call, but regarding yourself can be life. You know, it can be, hey, I'm
mhm.
going to the grocery store tomorrow. That's cool too. Like anything you want to share with the people, all yours. That won't
Um,
get you in trouble with management, obviously.
okay, let me think.
Yeah, that's the kicker,
Uh,
right? It's like,
turning to yo,
yeah.
no. Yeah, as I said, man, we're working on a new album, and we have so many good ideas. We think about new. We have video ideas that we try
Mm.
to put into reality. Uh, and also we have some plans for countries to travel to countries that we've never played in. So that is one thing that is very cool. We have so many people writing us messages, come to, and we
Brazil.
never could. But yeah, for example,
Come
that
to
is
Brazil.
one country that we read everywhere. Yeah, we have great plans, and yeah, right now we're living in the moment, man. Like
Sick.
we're very thankful for the support. We just had recently one thing off of our bucket list here in Germany. We played Rock am Ring, which is a
Nice, dude.
very historic festival here,
Hmm.
and emotions, just emotions. And right now we're getting back into the mood of songwriting. It's switching from playing live shows only
Hmm.
to being creative again, and that's just absolutely amazing. And we're gonna do a lot of thing. We're gonna take the people to the studio. We're gonna do some streams as well. So
Stream, you guys are gonna stream. Let's
yeah,
go. That's
yeah,
fucking sick, dude.
yeah, some live streams. We have a lot of things on the list.
Awesome. Well, Kevin, dude, thank you again. I know it's late there, so thank you for coming and hanging with us so late here, brother. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure to hang with you,
Yes,
Nick.
dude.
And
You're
yeah,
yes.
I'm gonna kill some ghouls now.
Go kill some
Yeah.
ghouls. Kevin of Electric Callboy, check them out. Check out their new video with Baby Metal as well. Just show the homies love. If you see them on a tour near you, go fucking watch them. Kevin, you're the best. If you ever need anything, always
Thank you,
slide in the
man.
DMs,
Nick,
brother. All right, dude. Thank you so
all
much.
the best to you and Paul. I'll see you in Florida, man.
See ya, dude. Have a good one. Peace out.
Bye.